Greetings, it is I, Susie Q. Have you ever had a moment where you're so excited to go to this place or this event or this lecture or this conversation? Sometimes, you're kind of really, really into it, and then all of a sudden, once you sit in your chair and you're just kind of listening to the lecture, do you ever feel like you're kind of like just completely feeling so freaking sleepy, right? So this is what happened down in Texas when I was working with Carmel Temple. And we brought in a video and kind of a movie about Bruno Gröning. So this is his face right here. And so I was just so excited just to see what he was about and all of that. And then all of a sudden, I just was just slumping in on my chair, and then eventually I had to get on the floor, and then I took a nap. During the entire movie or this lecture, it was just the weirdest thing ever. Have you ever had that happen to you? And then there was another experience a while ago. It's like a while ago. When I first got here in Arizona, I was in Casa Grande, and I didn't have that many friends, and there weren't that many people, or there weren't more lecturing people. There was just nothing. But then there was this one book study, or like I think it was a library, and all the chairs were there, and I was right in the front row, and it was about the Apaches. And all of that. So I was kind of like swooning in with a bunch of these energies because, again, it was kind of like what happened with Bruno Gröning. And then it's now the Apaches that I'm kind of like not 100% awake, aware, or what else is happening. And I was right in the front row, and I kept feeling like I needed to lay down, like I did with Bruno's energy, but I kept sitting in my chair, and I just was just so like swooning with energies, and I couldn't really process what was happening. Do you ever feel that too? Sometimes when you're in a lecture and you're so excited, but you're not really going for it because you're just kind of dizzy, you're kind of feeling a little bit loopy, and that's what happened with both Bruno Gröning and also with the Apache stuff. So that was really extraordinarily weird. And so I thought I needed to go back and lay down, but then I thought, well, the lecturer was talking about some of the Apache people, and I just was like, then I heard the word Skynawa, and then I woke up, right? So something conspired to help me with the word Skynawa, and Skynawa was one of my other kind of states of consciousness. So Skynawa was with me probably back in 2016 when the Skynawa energy came through for me, and then I kind of woke up, and then I felt like, oh wow, there was a win, and when he was talking about the Apaches and saying Skynawa, I said, oh, wait a minute, did you say Skynawa? And it was yes. And then I was completely alert and awake with some of these experiences, especially with Bruno Gröning. I totally slept the entire time. I couldn't even process it. I was totally freaking asleep on the floor. It's like, so sometimes those things happen, right? Sometimes you like want to get so excited, and then you're really anxious what's going to happen because you've been wondering, when will this happen, or what's going to happen going forward? But there was nothing. I guess I processed Bruno's in his lecture or his movie, and I don't even know what happened. I freaking don't know what happened. This guy right here, Bruno Gröning. Anyway, but once I heard the word Skynawa, that was one of my states of consciousness. Well, you could call it a walk-in, or you could call it something else, but I call it it's just kind of like a walk-in. Skynawa was an energy, and it was there I think it's probably going to be with me for my entire life with Skynawa. So that energy is super spectacular. So sometimes we have these moments when we're like, God, I'm really into it. I really want to get into this. And then you're just so, I don't have any energy. But that Skynawa came up. When we looked at that Skynawa energy, I was like, Oh my gosh, that's Skynawa. I've heard that name before, and that was one of my walk-ins. It was really extraordinarily fun just to kind of like access what was happening at that moment. And then I just learned Skynawa was all I needed. That was the only word I need to hear that really supported me with the Skynawa energy. All of these times when we're looking at things when we're so excited, and then something might happen that's not going to be the best, or maybe you kind of got to go to sleep, or maybe you need to relax, or maybe you just need to lay on the ground. Whatever that is helping each one of us. So when we're working with different states of consciousness and working with all these different frequencies that are coming through, geez, we have a lot of energy. We have a lot of energy that's always moving in the field. And so this has been my pleasure and joy just to share a few of these little sentiments. You know, I've been working with a lot of my written material, and I'm also working with a lot of my videos. You know, I'm putting out a lot of videos going forward. It's been my privilege and my joy to share some of these words, some of these phrases, some of these energies. I think all of this, you know, with these energies of Bruno, Gröning, and also Carmel Temple. That was a really beautiful place. When I was back there in Houston, I'm kind of going back in the past, sorry about that, but I went to the Carmel Temple and I was lecturing and on these Sunday morning events, and it was always kind of extraordinary because everybody was just really generous with any of the speakers that come in, and they were very generous with me. I would start like doing some singing, or I could start going into a channeled experience. All of that was happening at Carmel Temple, where that Bruno Gröning lecture was. That was a beautiful place, and I really miss a lot of these people back from Houston. But now I've got friends here, but I still love my friends back in Houston and back in Austin. So all of these experiences that we're working with is really focusing on, what do I need to do now? Because right now I'm talking about the past, right? Yeah, we're talking about the past too much, right? So what would we want to do going forward? Let's just say something was coming in that's coming in right now is that there's some beautiful light energies that are right here on the planet. So profound and so beautiful. Yesterday, or we're still in this full moon energy. Sometimes when we're kind of looking at that full moon energy, we start kind of feeling, do I feel like excited, or do I feel kind of like a low energy? Or is there some other things that you might want to do? Maybe you want to create something else for your business. Maybe you need to create some things with your beautiful body. What do you want to do with your body? How do you want to feel with your body? Is there something that you could do different? And like today, I was like with a friend this morning. We were having coffee. We were having a good time, and then all of this energy was coming through. Like, I think I need to like kind of lose a little bit of I need to recede from some of the things from my body, receding things that are kind of like, not the best, right? And that was a great opportunity just to share with a friend that maybe I need to do something a little bit different with my body. Do I need to lose a little bit of energy? Do you need to increase more energy? Do you need to have more of that heart-centeredness energy? All of this is wonderful. And also with some of the manifestations, manifestations are always like available with abundance and prosperity and money. It's not really about money, but it's kind of like a currency of love. That currency of love is always present. So this has been my pleasure and joy to share a few of these sentiments. I like to go back in the past, but right now we're in the present. And in this present moment and now, I'm feeling pretty groovy, and I really enjoy and embrace each one of you that have been watching my videos or looking at some of my written material. It's really been really a fun time, and I'm going to continue to keep pushing on and doing a little bit more videos, moving in. I've got a bunch of written material. I don't need to write any more stuff, but eventually I'll keep writing. And that's been it's been a lot of fun since 2008. All of that has been really supporting me with beautiful sentiments of love and joy and freedom and goodness and sweetness and innate intelligence and all these other things, what we call all with cosmology. All of that is lifting each one of us up to a better experience with life, experiencing what you really want, what you really are looking for, and find that beautiful pearl of wisdom. So we'll see you soon. And namaste.